Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Visionary. Welcome to another episode of Firesidechats. I've been gone for a while. I've just been lazy and lax and not putting up videos. You know the issue. New job, new bullshit, same thing every day. I wanted to put up this video because there's a lot of things that are going on right now that I found it's just retardedly funny. But the first issue I want to talk about was, and this came about as I had went down. I've been following the OWS movie from the beginning. And probably like a week ago, I went down to 14th Street to see more in depth how the movement is developing, and I ran into the small little group that was discussing the current environment of the OWS movement and what it can mean in the future and how it might change and how it might evolve. Now the thing is, the one of the questions that was in my head was, what does it seem like, the latest incarnation of the OWS movement, and, what do you think the evolution of the political philosophical, perspectives are right now, and should they change or not? And what I mean by that is, the current, philosophical, political perspective on how to go about things in terms of, the movement itself. In the beginning, is considered a faceless, organizationalist movement, meaning there's no heads, there's no representatives for them to chop off. How do you kill a movement when you have no leaders, when you have no head guiding the body to do stuff? It's just a formless mass of angry individuals with grievances against whoever. And one of the issues is that, and as I've been hearing from both critics and people who are not critics but who are observing the movement, is that you guys are not really doing anything. All you guys are doing is just, you're a bunch of angry kids stomping up and down about something that you inherently probably don't know about, you don't have knowledge about anything. So what are you going to do? And as we were in this conversation with that group on 14th Street, I was trying to bring up the fact that I think it's necessary that you guys have a planned objective, number one, and a list of demands addressing some of the issues that you have going on in society right now. And the discussion was going back and forth because it was like, it's best if you're not an organized movement, just let it be a grassroots movement and so on and so forth. And I'm sitting there like, how are you going to accomplish anything? Like, when is this going to evolve into something else? They couldn't give me an answer on that. And what was funny is that out of the two people, I think it was like 9 to 10 people there. One of the guys was from Belgium. No, he was from Sweden, some French-speaking country. Real cool dude. And there was a chick who was from the chick was from Belgium. The dude was from Switzerland. Yeah, there we go. And they were talking about, like, they stepped out as the group kind of dispersed a little bit, and they were talking about, and the guy, he was right. He was like, a lot of the problems that are occurring in your side, in your country right now is because of the fact that you have a bank. You have a privatized bank, the Federal Reserve, who controls all your money. So if you deal with that, because you have a guy, Ron Paul, like, I was surprised that he was really into that stuff. He was like, yo, you have a guy, Ron Paul, who talks about that. He's running for the presidency. Like, he says, that's a big issue. Dissolve the Federal Reserve, give the power to print money back to the government, and a lot of your issues will be solved. You know what I mean? And he kept bringing up the fact that, besides that, the whole, how do you expect to move forward if you don't have an objective if you don't have objectives and goals, specifically demands that you wish to be addressed regarding your issues? And the people, and I think there was like 3 or 4 people who were part of some sort of organization. I guess that's part of OWS, because that's what OWS is just like a blanket movement, and within that blanket movement, there's many organizations that are sprouting up in order to handle stuff. And they kept steering the whole conversation to, you need to leave it, formless. Don't try to, put up demands. And they even said, oh yeah, we had demands before. And it was laughed at. And it was like, why? It's because, number one, you're not coming face to face with the people who are able to affect any sort of change. You're not actually going to these places like, let's say, the Senate, Congress, and so on and so forth, in order to get things done. Period. You have no bargaining power whatsoever. You have no bargaining power and no leverage to get things done. And that's what people need to understand. Bargaining power and leverage. That's how relationships are formed. That's how they're regulated. You know what I mean? Like, people need to... I'm going to do another video based on that, because I think that's a very important thing that people need to relearn and understand, and undoctrinate yourself with what they've been teaching you as far as how society runs, and relearn some new things about the world, how it works. Second thing I want to talk about is basically Iran. Um, I've been noticing in the mainstream media and news sources that there's a hardcore agenda pushing something with Iran, and there's a conflict that's about to brew, that's about to start up over there at the Horn of Hormuz. And basically, Iran is one of like the third largest like oil producers in the world. And what's happening is that all the sanctions that are being put on Iran, as well as the UN diplomacy that they've been summoning over there and Syria, basically tell them you cannot enrich uranium. Which, mind you, people who are both part of the UN Security Council and who are not all abide by international laws, and they are allowed to create enriched uranium for medical and other purposes, but not weapon grade uranium. And these people at the moment are like saying you can't have weapons grade, you can't have non-weapons grade uranium. Like, you can have zero uranium enrichment whatsoever. And uranium people are like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that's not fucking fair. Like, period. Like, how can you do that against us when, number one, you have us all surrounded by fucking U.S. and British, like, army command bases everywhere? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not fair. Like, how are we going to, like, survive when you're, like, trying to destroy us and shit? So, in light of all the situations that have been occurring where Israel, and let's be straight, Israel and the Mossad have been, like, going over there and planning terrorist attacks and killing their fucking people and killing their scientists, more importantly, shit is really heating up. And the big issue is that, what was it? I think with the U.S. government, the way they're portraying the propaganda, and I feel it's propaganda, is that you're starting to hear random stories right now that are really trying to paint Iran or trying to make them really belligerent in terms of things that happened to us like years ago. Like, the latest thing I saw right now was there was a court case by the families of the 9/11 victims who brought it up to the federal Supreme Court, declaring that they believe Iran, they found proof that Iran is implicated in some of the 9/11 attacks. And the court, their lawyer, the collective lawyer, and the courts found, yes, Iran is guilty of it, and we rule in your favor in order to get some type of settlement from Iran. And I'm sitting there like, are you fucking serious? So you mean you waited 10 years and now you find proof in all of the bullshit that's going on, all the BS that's going on right now, as far as Iran being public enemy number one, right now you find this court case that now justifies, oh, see, Iran was part of the 9/11 conspiracy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. So, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing other shit. Like, the other thing that I saw that he pushed it even further was the whole, this is the big fiasco, the big scandal that occurred. CIA stops a false flag terrorist attack by a CIA double agent who was sent in to stop terrorists, Al Qaeda or whatever. So they catch this dude. He's the second underwear bomb. This is a new thing. They found a way to weaponize underwear as a bomb. So, give them credit for their ingenuity. So basically, what happened is that a double agent they sent in for a year or so, and instead of taking him out, which I don't understand, he, I guess, tries to follow through on a terrorist attack, and basically the government in and of itself was like, oh, okay, hold on one second, I gotta check. So basically they catch him, and he's like, oh my god, he's like a double agent, like, oh shit, we shouldn't have done that, or whatever. And it's just funny, like, the fact that he went through with carrying through the mission and gets caught, and now he's being protected by the U.S. government and President Obama and the CIA, and it's like, this government is, like, really fucking retarded, yo. And this leads me to my next point. The next talking topic is the fact that right now, our political culture right now is so blatantly corrupt, it's, like, ridiculous. You have the Fast and Furious incident. You have the money laundering issue with the same drug cartels. You have the insider trading shit, which I didn't even know. Like, the Senate or Congress is allowed inside trading. Like, it's legal for them to do it, but it's not legal for us to do it as regular citizens. So you have that. Then you have, besides all the other shit, the laws that are being passed on Obama's watch that he's saying, oh, I'm going to veto, but he doesn't stop anything. And it's like the latest issue, which lets me know the entire shit is like a bullshit fraud, is the incident with Biden. Now he's doing an interview, and the interviewer asks him, how do you feel like gay same-sex marriage? So Biden straight out goes, oh, I am total supporter of same-sex marriage. Now, The thing is, a day or two ago, Obama says, "Oh, I have no problem with same-sex marriage, but I do not believe that it should be legal at this time." Now, the thing is, never in the history of the United fucking States have I ever heard the vice president speak out of line in opposition to what the fucking president says at all. I've never heard that. But time and time again, I'm starting to see that, you know, the facade that they have, because this man, he's black, he's in office, where people are just habitually line stepping. You know, like that chick that was in Arizona. Oh, mind you, with President Obama and Biden, the next day, the White House had to reprimand Biden, and Biden gave a public apology, stating, oh, he shouldn't have told ahead of time that actually Obama was going to change his opinion about what the fuck was about same-sex marriage, and he issued an apology to the public and to the White House. Whatever, bullshit. But it's like stuff like that, which reminds me of this the recent chick. Remember that chick that she was? I think she was from Arizona, where they showed pictures of her walking up to Obama and putting her finger in his face, like, "Yo, who the fuck are you?" This bitch is a sociopath, and then she just passed a new law, or she's trying to get a law passed, which makes it legal for employers to ask their female employees, the ones that they're hiring, what their sexual history is and are they sexually active or not. What? Are you serious? Like, these are the type of sociopaths we have in office. Like, period. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to, like, come out and be like, yo, it's white people, but yo, look at the fuck you guys are doing. Something is wrong with y'all. Like, y'all bunch of psychopaths. Like, it's all this shit that's going on right now, like, we really need to, like, stop and, like, reassess what the fuck is going on and talk about it and actually put some fucking actions, yo. Like, on some real V for Vendetta, let's get down and dirty, take these motherfuckers out, because they got all the power, they got all the resources, and that's the reason why they're doing all this shit. And we have no leverage or power whatsoever at this particular moment in time. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Deuces.